Broadcasting more than 2,000 games live and archived in 15 sports in over 10 counties in western Pennsylvania, as well as being the exclusive home for all the WPIHL playoffs and championships for nearly 2 decades. Anytime, anywhere, always there. We are the new Triblive High School Sports Network.
Welcome to PIHL Hockey 2017 here on the Triblive High School Sports Network. High school hockey at tribhssn.triblive.com is sponsored by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Carlow University, by Dollar Bank, by AstroTurf, by Chick-fil-A Robinson, by WQED, and by Trib Total Media. Now let's head ringside for all the high school hockey action only here on the Triblive High School Sports Network.
Welcome inside the Ice-O-Plex in Southpointe, Canonsburg, Pennsylvania, as tonight a doubleheader action in Varsity Class 3A in the PIHL. Our first matchup tonight is the home Canon-McMillan Big Macs facing off against the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. I'm Sean Saputo alongside my broadcast partner this evening, Kevin Zielmanski. And Kevin, just a couple days ago, we were at Heinz Field finishing out the WPIHL football season, and now we head from the grass to the ice and get ourselves back into action here on the Triblive High School Sports Network with a matchup of 2 teams that are fighting to get back towards the top in Class 3A, with Canon-McMillan starting out 3-4 so far, and Mount Lebanon 2-5. One team can get back on track tonight.
Yeah, Mount Lebanon back in 3A this season on a 3-game losing streak, having dropped games to Seneca Valley, Butler, and then Peters Township. Sitting at 9th in 3A standings. 30 goals allowed is part of the problem. 18 goals scored, so you're averaging that out as less than 3 goals per game and a little bit more than 4 goals against per game. And they're going to be taking on Canon-McMillan, sits at 3-4 in this matchup as we try to speak over the student band that has showed up for the Big Macs. They've won 2 of their last 3. They dropped last Tuesday, dropped a 5-2 decision against the Cathedral Prep Ramblers, and the Ramblers currently sit 4th in the 3A standings. So you're right, 2 teams in the bottom half of the table or the division. Canon-McMillan sits at 6 and Mount Lebanon at 9, and both looking to get back on track as they try to climb the standings.
Both teams led offensively by forwards, as Mount Lebanon is led by Wyatt George, 14 points on the season, 5 goals and 9 assists, averaging 2 points per game. And on the Canon-Mac side, John McDonald, 9 points leading the way, 4 goals and 5 assists. A lot of distribution on the Canon-McMillan side offensively, as 2 players have posted 4 goals and 3 players have posted 3 goals. But on the Mount Lebanon side, it's been George with the 5, right, Husak with the 4, and other than that, just a chip here and there.
Well, the junior George had a fantastic season last year, leading Mount Lebanon in 2A in scoring as a sophomore, and he's once again leading the way for the Blue Devils this season. He's not overly tall, but he's got all the skills you need to be successful. And as we watched Lebo warm up, I'm glad they got the gold numbers on the back of their jerseys this year. They were a little harder to decipher last year. But yes, he's a big player, and last year one of the keys for success for the Blue Devils was a rather efficient power play. So we'll see how they operate on the man advantage this season. For Canon-McMillan side, you mentioned the even distribution, and to me that's one of the keys when you're trying to win at 3A. You can't have just 1 or 2 guys where your opponent can get a favorable matchup, whether it's defenseman or a forward line. You want to be able to attack from all lines, and we'll see how Canon-Mac does today. But as you mentioned, they have They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players with 3 or more goals.
On the Canon-McMillan side, led in net by Nico Pedro, 2-3 this season with a 2.8 goal against average and a 9.11 save percentage, but has also started Raymond Bucka III, 1-1 with a 3.5 goal against average, 8.87 save percentage, and we'll pause right now for the national anthem.
Yeah.
National anthem, and we get back to our talk of the goaltenders. On the Mount Lebanon side, 2 goalies have played this season. John Murray has played 4 of the 7 games so far, but posts an 0-4 record with a 4.75 goal against average, 8.26 save percentage. And Matt Beamsterbuer, 2 games played, 2-0, 2 goal against average, 8.86 save percentage. It will be Nico Pedro in net for Canon-McMillan. And taking a look over at the Mount Lebanon side, it will be Bradley Weaver in net, who is 0-1 on the season, 7 goal against average, and a 8.25 save percentage.
As we go to center ice here for the drop of the puck.
Face off at center ice, won by Canon-McMillan, dumped back into the Big Mac zone, played behind the net, brought ahead by Orvitz. It's neutral ice now, penetrating in is Canon-McMillan as the puck is pushed aside by Bradley Weaver. And puck behind the net, continued to be corralled by Canon-McMillan. Trottier dumps it back to the near boards on the half wall, spinning around and moving back is Trib. Trib playing it on the far boards, back to the point. Shot, that one just wide off the stick of Frank Rotello. Puck back behind the net for Mount Lebanon. Pressure in favor of Canon-McMillan early in the first period. Back to the half wall. Chipped back to neutral ice. Almost getting caught in a change is Canon-McMillan and pushed ahead by Christian Stewart. Back and a shot on net. That one redirected off a skate. Mount Lebanon can't clear. Stewart keeps it in on the far half wall. Shot on net, patted away by Weaver. Replayed by Mount Lebanon. And Stewart again, the alternate captain, keeping the puck alive for the Big Macs. Gets checked from behind and keeping it in play momentarily was Nathan Kiger and went back out and offsides.
Some pretty good zone time for the Big Macs so far. Good use of the points and aggressive pinching there, particularly by Stewart.
Face off won by Mount Lebanon, pushed out into neutral ice, brought ahead by Joseph Phillips. Poked deeper into enemy territory by Luke Husak and intercepted by Canon-McMillan on a far half wall in its own zone. And continues to be played back. Well, Canon-McMillan looking to retreat. Blake Stanton to the near boards. Back to neutral ice, O'Shell. Stolen away by Adler. Retreating back is Canon-McMillan. No score. First period, 15-15 remaining between Mount Lebanon and Canon-McMillan. Stewart into the neutral ice. Gets poke checked off the puck. Dropping back and corralling it at center red. And being pushed along the boards for Canon-McMillan is Nathan Kiger. And back into Canon-McMillan zone before being pushed to the neutral ice on the near boards. Back into Mount Lebanon territory. Pushed ahead on a two-line pass. And Mount Lebanon recovers in neutral ice and chips it down for a line change. Orovitz plays with it behind his own net. Orovitz going up the far side. Passes neutral ice. Setter with the puck. Gets it into Mount Lebanon territory. Gets to the near half wall. Poked off the puck defensively by Falbo. And now play behind the net. Chipped along to the far boards, but intercepted by Canon-McMillan. Back to the near boards for Mount Lebanon. Stewart there at the point. To send one deep. Knocked down by the stick of Mount Lebanon. Can't poke the puck free, but there is Setter to knock it around. Now the puck in neutral ice ahead of the Canon-McMillan blue line. Mount Lebanon dumps it in. Stanton near half wall. Back behind his net to Stewart. Resets. Pass to the far boards. And skating ahead for Canon-McMillan is Mastro. Dumps it into the Mount Lebanon zone. Chasing on the puck is Stanton. Stanton meets a Mount Lebanon defender on the near half wall. Is pinned up against the boards. Back behind the net. Cycling around to the far boards. Skating in the middle and knocked down off the puck for Canon-McMillan was McDonald, and now fight for the puck in neutral ice. Mount Lebanon chips off the boards. Crum comes free with the puck on the near side and dumps it down. Mount Lebanon in front of its own zone, collects the puck and quickly gets it back into Canon-McMillan territory. Steering with the puck on the near boards and dumping it behind the net. And pass in front, redirected, another shot and pen by post and saved. Beautiful save by Nico Pedro on the rebound attempt. And post is shut down.
Well, that play developed, Sean, in the neutral zone where it looked like Kenan Mack was going to have some transition. Mount Lebanon did a nice job breaking up that play. Went D to D, and then from far boards to near boards, allowed George to attack the zone, pull up, push the defense down. He waited, cycled down to the corner, and then he curled along the top of the circle, went right down the slot, received a nice pass after he'd cycled down. Good save by Pedro, but good offensive hockey there by the Blue Devils.
Face-off won by Trottier, but Mount Lebanon quickly receives. No score, 12:35 left first period. Husak behind the net. Chips it back off the boards, but intercepted. Now along the far side. Dumped down by Schwartz. No icing as it deflects off a Mount Lebanon player into Mount Lebanon's zone. Now Rotello comes to play the puck in front of the blue line and decides to dump it back to reset the Canon-McMillan offense. There was a penalty, 2 minutes for roughing on Canon-McMillan. Now a shot on net, that one deflected wide. Puck back to the point, Pollitt to the near boards. Back to the point. Pass to George. George across ice, pad save. George gets the rebound on the near side.
Good stand-up save there.
Back behind the net, George pokes the puck to the half wall far side. Steers back to the circle. Throws one in front, that one poked away by a puck. And reset. And skating around is Sandora. A shot, that one off the side of the cage and into the mesh. And a stoppage of play with 11:42 left in the first period. No score, 59 seconds remaining on the Canon-McMillan penalty. Mount Lebanon continues its power play. O'Shell will enter the face-off dot. Going up against Post. Post wins the face-off for Mount Lebanon. Has the puck on the far side. Adler on the near side now. Tries to get a shot off. Mastro there, and Canon-McMillan dumps it into Mount Lebanon territory to kill some of the power play.
Point man didn't have his head up there, Sean. That was good pressure by the penalty killer. He needed to get on the boards with that one. Instead, got a good shot block, and Big Max cleared the zone.
Post kicks it into Canon-McMillan territory, and right back down. Mount Lebanon has to retreat with just 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Off the skate, now to play. And a face-off will come back towards the Mount Lebanon zone.
Unfortunately for you and me, this place, you got spectators in the first row, so we have to stand, then you can't see the clock. We both missed the penalty. Yeah. I did not see what happened. I
didn't either.
So it was kind of surprising to both of us because the heaters blocked our vision of the scoreboard. So we have to continuously duck. 11:10 on the clock, first period, no score here at Printscape Arena in Southpointe.
Rip wins the face-off for Canon-Mac, dumps it back slightly, and now Mount Lebanon resets behind its own net. Steering around with the puck is Paulett. Gets to the far side. Steering ahead. Chipping it, trying to chip it behind the Canon-McMillan net and hitting an awkward carom off the boards with Sandora, and now retreating is Mount Lebanon with just 2 seconds left on the penalty. George looking for one last rush, 3-on-2, gets to the far boards, gets a pass in front, shot that was saved, miraculous save, and now a shot and a goal. After a miraculous save by Nico Pedro, Mount Lebanon gets the rebound and going top shelf for the goal. Trying to see the
37, Griffin Erderly.
Erdely makes it 1-0 Mount Lebanon on the rebound attempt.
Erderly was standing, had a lot of time there. The left shot on the left side. Pedro made a nice save, but didn't get the help he needed in front of him to clear that rebound. But the play was set up with a standard double swing on the breakout, good speed down the right side. George was able to get into the zone, get a shot, and create this chance on the rebound.
Canon-Mac retreating back to its own zone into neutral ice. Misplay on the pass in the defensive zone, and now having to retreat and play the puck is Orovitz. Orovitz steers behind his net, looking to go to the far side. Hits neutral ice and now breaks into the Mount Lebanon zone. Hits the low slot and is knocked down on the play. And losing the puck to Orovitz. Sends it behind the net. Rip behind. He gets tripped up. Pass in front. Poked around. Squirts out to the far boards. Orovitz can't chip it in. And Mount Lebanon chips it out. Retreating back to play the puck for Canon-Mac is Ian Hess.
Again, Sean, you saw the aggressive pinch there by the defenseman of Canon-McMillan.
Icing the call with 9:37 left first period. Mount Lebanon leading Canon-McMillan 1-0 on the Griffin Erdley goal. Erdley's second goal of the season.
The Blue Devils are going to need to be aware of that on the breakouts, the aggressive pinching, the high forward covering, and trying to make Canon-Mac pay for that with a bad pinch.
Puck in face-off in the Mount Lebanon zone. Stanton, a pass across, shot, knocked off the foot. And now a pass in front, has to settle it down as Ortello, and he can't get a decent shot on net. But Canon-McMillan maintains pressure. Stanton shuffling, shot off the post. And now a rebound in front, that one off the stick and into the mesh. A second opportunity to score by Jacob Sitar. And the puck frozen with 9:14 left in the first period with the Blue Devils leading 1-0.
Tried to elevate that loose puck in the slot. And Sean, many of these players have curves that are way too big that they can control, and that time he just chipped it up high like a flop shot over everything. Face off to the left of Mount Lebanon goaltender.
O'Shell wins the face-off against Early, but an interception by Mount Lebanon. George into the neutral ice, gets it into Canon-McMillan territory. Shot on net, paddle save by Nico Pedro. Dumped off the boards, deflected back, and goes straight to netminder Bradley Weaver, who smothers the puck. And a face-off in Mount Lebanon zone with 8:58 remaining first period, 1-0 Blue Devils. O'Shell again, this time loses the face-off to Early, and quickly moving ahead is George. A shot, that one goes wide on the near post. Pinned along the boards, Fleming. Early with the puck now. And squirting free, Morgan. Morgan along the near side, near circle, shot deflected off the stick of Branwyn Paulett. And out of play, another stoppage with 8:40 left first period, 1-0 Mount Lebanon.
Good stick there by Paulett as he came over, got it in the shooting lane. That puck ramped up his stick, but Morgan found the loose puck and got a little bit of speed there through the neutral zone.
Another face-off win by Mount Lebanon in the defensive zone, but Crum keeps the puck in. Dumped back around to the near boards. Mount Lebanon will try to chip free, unable to do so, but knocked off the puck momentarily, and throwing it off the near boards was Wyatt George. Canon-McMillan retreats, intercept by Mount Lebanon in the neutral ice. Paulett throws it to the far boards. Stewart there, connecting, and gets knocked off the puck by Husak. Loses the puck, This interception by Adler at the point. Shot, redirect, pad save by Pedro. To the far half wall. Being pushed off the puck was Stanton, but he continues to maintain possession, dumps it into an intended pass for Hess, and icing the call with 7:56 remaining first period. Canon-McMillan trails Mount Lebanon 1-0 on the goal by Griffin Erdley.
I remember watching the Blue Devils last year. They were pretty skilled at redirects in front. We saw that there on that last offensive zone possession time where they got a nice low shot and a redirect, forcing Pedro to make a nice save.
Canon-McMillan unable to establish pressure as it's knocked back with Orovitz. Orovitz sends it across. Rhodes off the boards on the far side. Gets it to Rip. Rip gets to the middle slot, to the near circle. A shot and Rip scores! Rip started in the middle slot, found the near circle, and ripped one on the near post above the glove of Bradley Weaver. We're tied at 1 with 7:39 left in the first period.
Well, a couple things happened there. It was a nice job cutting across the defense, but Weaver got caught deep in his net. He didn't telescope out. He didn't cut that to the ankle. He gave the shooter the space to go up high, and that's exactly what he did. And also the defense allowed him to gain some speed and go around him. We need to cut that off. So nice play there by Canon-McMillan. What was the number on the goal?
92.
92.
Rip's 4th of the season, his 8th point of the year, has Canon-McMillan tied 1-1 in the first period. Estradier tries to knock the puck out of his own territory, unable to do so. Now poked back to neutral ice with Fleming. Fleming pushes it ahead into the Canon-Mac zone. Orovitz there to recover. Steers it off far boards. Played into the neutral ice. And chipping it in is Rip. Got to the near circle, but it offsides is the call with 7 minutes exactly remaining. First period, 1-1. The score between the Big Macs and the Blue Devils.
Blue Devils fortunate right there. Vine stepped up in the neutral zone. He got neither. He tried to kick the puck instead of play it. He got neither the puck nor the man. Almost a 2-on-1 rush for the Big Macs. Fortunately for the Blue Devils, they were offsides.
Scrum for the face-off, and it's won by Canon-McMillan. Stanton sends it far across and dumped in by Stewart. Adler behind on the play to play it at the half wall. Poke check to the near circle. And Rotello can't play the puck, and now steered ahead and pushing it back into the Canon-McMillan zone. It was Cousins, and now it's back into Mount Lebanon territory. Rotello loses the puck on the near wall. Stanton can't keep it down with the glove, tries to play it on the backhand. Reset by Canon-McMillan's Sitar, and now Mastro. Mastro sends it across, looking for Rotello on the back door, and now planted behind the net is the puck. Steered back along to the far half wall. Stewart keeps it in with the skate, off the board pass, and Adler intercepts. Adler dumps it off the boards, neutral ice. Stanton throws a shot at the cage, but it goes high and wide, and recovered by Mount Lebanon and pushed back along. Mount Lebanon loses it on an intercept. Shot by Stewart, easy pad save. Deflected to the near boards, far boards. Scrum along behind the net. Mount Lebanon pushes to the near side. Chipped off the board. Stanton there to recover the pass. And chipped into the Mount Lebanon bench for a stoppage of play with 5:42 left in the first period. Tied 1-1.
It's been pretty evenly played so far here in the first period as we're 11 plus minutes in. We're going to have a center ice face-off here. That's not something you typically see mid-period.
O'Shell won the face-off, but Mount Lebanon intercepted and dumped it into the Canon-McMillan zone, far half wall. Orovitz knocked off the puck by post and squirts along to the far wall. Intercept by Mount Lebanon, steering across, getting knocked off the puck, throwing a backhand chance. It's blocked down. Another shot by Fleming. That one blocked as well by Canon-McMillan. Orovitz now trying to retrieve the puck for Canon-Mac on the far half wall. In its own territory, again intercepted by George. A shot on net, that one pad save, another opportunity for Griffin Erdley. And now O'Shell bashes it, Orovitz to the far boards, momentarily losing possession, and now again Erdley keeps it in for Mount Lebanon. Knocked off the puck is George, and Canon-McMillan finally gets it out of its own territory and back to center ice with 4:53 left in the first period, tied at 1. Orovitz settles. Near boards to Morgan. Looking for a backhand pass, intercepted by George. Shot save with the paddle, pops into the glove, and Pedro smothers the puck with 4:41 left in the first period, tied at 1.
Good pressure in the offensive zone for the Blue Devils. Big Macs had a couple opportunities to get an escape, but just poor play along the boards on the left wing side allowed Mount Lebanon to keep the zone and put pressure on Pedro.
Offensive zone face-off won by Mount Lebanon. Now we got a scrum on the far side. Penalty is going to be called on Canon-McMillan as the play continues on the far boards, being knocked off the puck and being sent to the box.
It's going to be John McDonald.
It's Nathaniel Crum, I believe. No? The penalty box is open.
It's going to be 89, yep. John McDonald. He was the...
Crum looked like he was skating towards the...
Yeah, he skated to where the door is, but they were engaged over there at the high point, the right point man from Mount Lebanon. There was a little extra shot when he was on the ground. He's going to draw the penalty, much to the dismay of Canon-McMillan fans in front of us. But
second power play for Mount Lebanon, scored just moments after its first power play ended, so 0 for 1 on the power play. Taking the face-off for Mount Lebanon will be Wyatt George going against Rochelle. Won by George. Chipped back for Mount Lebanon. Great job defensively by Ian Hess to pin the puck against the board. Husak comes through with a attempt for George and dumped down by Canon-McMillan to clear some time. 4:10 left first period. 1:40 left on the power play, tied at 1.
Trying to make a quick play down low, just handcuffed George in tight.
Far side now and shifting in is Sessions. Steers ahead looking for Pullet at the high slot, and the glove save by Pedro stops the clock with 3:52 left first period and 1:25 left on the Mount Lebanon power play. Still 1-1 between the Big Macs and the Blue Devils.
Pollock with a decent center point shot in the umbrella formation, but just too high. He hit Pedro right in the CM crest. He needs to get that low if he wants to get redirected.
Defensive zone face-off win for the Big Macs, but quickly intercepted by Mount Lebanon. Playing along with the puck on the near boards is Erdley and George. Chip behind the net. Husak trying to keep the puck alive for Mount Lebanon, does so effectively. Erdley behind the net. He gets pushed into the boards. No call
fortunate
on
there.
The board, but George comes free with the puck. Sends it back to the point. Back to George on the high near point. Sticks along the near boards. Back to Pullet. Pullet's shot deflected in front, goes wide, and now Mount Lebanon, Stewart for Camden Mac clears. He has an opportunity to break, but a fantastic job to come up by Sandora and then poked away by Bradley Weaver, and now steering ahead is George. On the far circle, it's knocked off the puck, and now steered back along for Canon-McMillan. Rotello cannot hold the puck long enough. It's kept in by Adler, and now Rotello finally gets the dump down with 20 seconds left on the power play and 2:46 remaining in the first period. 1-1 score. Adler behind his own net, looking for one last rush on the power play. Two-line pass up ahead to Zimmerman. Zimmerman steers far circle, easy shot and easy glove save by Nico Pedro with just 4 seconds left on the power play and 2:31 remaining. First period, 1-1.
Power play got a little sloppy there at the points. They crept in, and then Stewart made a nice play to force a good recovery by Mount Lebanon, or he was going to have a shorthanded breakaway.
Face-off win by Mount Lebanon. Slap shot saved by the skate of O'Shell, and O'Shell blocks another Adler shot. O'Shell looking to get the puck out quickly. McDonald is there, unable to play the puck. Adler gets the puck, chips it off the near far boards, and now steering ahead. Shot for Mount Lebanon, saved by the blocker to the near boards, and goes through neutral ice. McDonald, near boards. Power moves around, gets it to the half wall, knocked off the puck. McDonald goes behind the net. McDonald gets poked off by Adler, throws a shot, paddled away by Weaver. And scrum behind the net. Adler comes free with the puck on the far half wall, throws it off the far boards, slightly chipped, and now steering ahead for Mount Lebanon. on the now far circle, trying to go behind the net, bumped off the puck momentarily. It's Funovitz, and Best comes through with the puck, throws a shot. That one hit the side. Slot shot, that one blocked down. Lewis with the puck, throws a shot and a save. Or Pedro stops the clock with 1:30 left. The score is 1-1.
We talked earlier about beating the pinching defenseman of Canon-McMillan. That time, Mount Lebanon used a nice little indirect pass to forecheckers, caught 3 forecheckers, and got off in transition, allowed to get in the zone while a few made some changes. Nice job by the Blue Devils there.
Evans with the shot, the save by Pedros. Face off on the far circle, and back behind, knocked on the near side, and back to the far boards. Throwing in front, looking for the slot was Best, and now chipped in by Weaver behind the Canon-McMillan net. Settled down, Best with a little check, and now coming ahead is Albarano, and dumped back behind. Canon-McMillan has to reset. Albarano can't play the puck. Weaver there. Zimmerman with a soft chip. Stewart steers ahead. He gets knocked off the puck by the boards. Albarano gives chase. Fleming knocks it down. And now coming ahead and offsides on the play. Stanton making the push. Albarano was there as well. And a stoppage with 52 seconds left in the first period.
Face-off going to take place just outside the Mount Lebanon zone on the far dot in the neutral zone. Opportunity if you have any neutral zone plays here to try to get something in the last minute.
Strum for the face-off at the Mount Lebanon blue line, and it's won by Trottier. Adler plays the puck right in front of the crease. Far side of the ice now. Trottier with the puck on the half wall. Gets bumped off the puck behind the cage. Throws it in front, intercepted by Mount Lebanon, and chipped back into the neutral ice. One last little chip is settled down, but Mount Lebanon gets the puck back. Neutral ice, slot shot. That one easily saved away to the near boards by Pedro. Still on the near boards. Rhodes gives chase behind the net. Attar cannot settle it down. Adler with a shot. That one goes wide, far side. Now on the far boards. Chip back behind the net. 11 seconds left. Pass in front, shot. That one goes wide of the cage, knocked down. And a shot and a score! Anthony Sandora on an awkward bounce behind the net, opened up some space, and Sandora gets his 3rd of the season, and the Blue Devils take a 2-1 lead in the first period with 5.3 seconds remaining.
Well, it became a little bit of a shooting gallery there, Sean. Mount Lebanon was firing at the net. Pedro was reacting to all the shots, but as you mentioned, they were getting some nice caroms off the backboards, and that time, from the same spot where the first goal was scored, to Pedro's right, the left side of the attacking zone. He throws it from a bad angle. 2-1 lead Blue Devils.
Face-off one in the neutral ice by Canon-McMillan. 4 seconds left, and Mount Lebanon will just send it back, and that will expire period number 1. After 1 period of play, it's Mount Lebanon 2, Canon-McMillan 1. You're listening to exclusive coverage of the 2017 PIHL High School Hockey season here on the Triblive High School Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent it. Program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused. Why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveSYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the Triblive High School Sports Network.
Welcome back to Printscape Arena. We're ready for the start of the second period, Sean.
Canon-McMillan trailing Mount Lebanon 2-1 on goals by Anthony Sandora and Griffin Erdley. Joshua Ripp has the one for Canon-McMillan, who's in the face-off dot against Early and wins the face-off. Canon-McMillan now going right to left as George is right there for Mount Lebanon, gets to the slot, shot off the paddle of Pedro to the far half wall. And Mount Lebanon continues to establish possession, thrown off the boards, knocked down by Mount Lebanon, and now Canon-McMillan gets a chance with Rip. Rip, right up center, throws it in front, post there to back it away. George chips it out, gets across the blue line. 3-on-1. George, near circle, shot, saved by Pedro. Eardley there on the far half wall to possess the rebound. Continues to possess, throws it around the boards. George then backhands, trying to get it behind the net, but then regroups on the intercept. Pass looking for George, taken Trottier with a short tip. Skating ahead, McDonald. McDonald gets knocked hard off the puck. Trottier throws one in front. That one batted down, and then baseball swung out. Stanton with a hard slap shot into the Mount Lebanon zone. McDonald slowly moving to get back on side, as Fleming with a cross ice pass to the far side to George. George gets it to Phillips. Phillips again, a shot, saved by Pedro. Rebound in front. Mack can't clear, but finally will do so. It's Mastro skating ahead. He dumps it down. Weaver behind the net. Steers it back to the near side. As Mount Lebanon loses possession of the puck, Hess with a big hit in front on Husak. Mount Lebanon to the far side of the board, second period, 15:20 remaining, and another big hit by Hess. And now it's starting to get chippy. Mastro gets pushed by Pollitt. Back behind. Steered along the near boards and trying to skate around to Sandora. Finds an opening, throws a soft wrister that's knocked down with a stick. Canon-McMillan charges ahead. Backhanded into the Mount Lebanon zone. Mastro gives chase, but it's Weaver behind the net in his own territory. Rotella trying to play the puck in the Mount Lebanon zone on the far boards. Gets poked off the puck. Stanton with a slap shot from the far point. That one goes high and wide near side. Mastro dumps it back behind the net to the far side boards. Weaver chips it, and now skating ahead is Sandora. Leaves it to Pollitt. Pollitt gets to the far circle. Back to Sandora. Chips it back for a line change. Hess there, throws it hard off the boards. And stick back, and Canon-McMillan retreat. Throws one across ice to the near side. And skating ahead is Crum. Crum gets knocked off the puck momentarily. He's on the near circle, couldn't get a shot off. Great defensive play by Mount Lebanon to knock him off the puck. But O'Shell now has the puck. Slot shot, score! Mount Lebanon couldn't clear. Kept in by Stewart. Found O'Shell. Hit the middle slot, and the wrister ties the game at 2 in the second period with 14:05 left.
Credit 89 John McDonald for being in front of the goalkeeper Weaver for a nice screen there. Good turnover high in the zone. Stopped the breakout of the Blue Devils. The sudden change of direction there, attacking the net, and a good shot through the screen past Weaver. It's tied at 2.
O'Shell's first goal of the season has tied Canon-McMillan 2-2 against the Blue Devils in the second period. Faceoff was won, and Mount Lebanon's Adler just sent it back behind the Canon-McMillan net. Along the near side, now sticking to the far side and skating ahead is Brett Morgan. Morgan enters the Mount Lebanon zone, a little too hard on the pass to himself, runs into the netminder, and the net comes dislodged. And a stoppage with 13:42 left in the second period, all knotted at 2.
Yeah, Morgan tried to take it through the little defensive triangle of the defenseman and just slid it too hard. As a right shot there, he probably would have had a better move going down the boards trying to protect the puck. Knocked the goaltender into the net, off the moorings, face-off outside.
Face-off is won and dumped back into the Canon-McMillan zone. Stanton has to retreat, tries playing with the puck and manages to finally find some open space. Pass to the near side, off the stick and dumped down of Karabetsos. And an icing call will send it back to the Canon-McMillan zone for Mount Lebanon.
Well, that all happened there, Sean, because the right defenseman was being pressured by one forechecker, and the left defenseman has just kind of casually was following the play. He needs to get a little bit faster below the goal line for a D-to-D or a reverse and involve himself so he could skate it out. He was just out for a skate watching it. Just not a good play there.
Cross ice pass. Karabestis one-on-one with the netminder. Can't get a decent shot on it. Save made by Weaver. And now taken by Mount Lebanon. George on the far side. Post now has the puck, chips it back, gets knocked off the puck by Stanton. Hess converges, he gets pushed off the puck. And it's Erdley, sends it back behind the net. George comes around, George gets a shot, and George through the 5-hole makes it 3-2 in favor of Mount Lebanon.
Nice play out of the far corner. George picks it up, curls on his forehand. Once again, Sean, the third goal of the game, it's from that angle on Pedro. Coming from that corner, we saw two to our left, and now that time down to our right, but it's to his right, his stick side. It didn't beat him stick side. It either beat him inside the far post or through the legs. It was a low shot, but again, coming at him from that side, all 3 goals for the Blue Devils.
12:58 left in the second period is when the goal happened as we get an icing call. It's 3-2 Mount Lebanon on Wyatt George's 6th goal of the season. As the faceoff will now head into the Mount Lebanon zone with 12:51 remaining. The Blue Devils lead Canon-Mac 3-2. Erdley in the dot with Rotello. Faceoff won by Rotello. Stewart with the puck now. Throws a shot. Blockered away to the near half wall. Fleming gets chipped off the puck. Rotello throws one in front looking for Mastro. Knocked off the puck. Now an opportunity. George sends it in. Post. One-on-one. Post shot. Glove. Save by Pedro. Keeps the score 3-2 with 12:32 left in the second period.
Well, what a nice play to escape the zone by the Blue Devils. Good read. Who was that took that shot, Sean?
That was Post.
Post made a nice read to escape the zone with some speed. George made a nice pass, split the defense, walked in. Good save by Pedro.
Husak loses the offensive zone faceoff, but gets his miss. The throw in front, that one knocked away and thrown off the boards and sent down into the Mount Lebanon zone by Nathaniel Crum. And an icing call sends the puck in the faceoff back into the Mount Lebanon zone. 12:18 remaining, second period. 3-2 Blue Devils leading the Big Macs.
You never want to leave the zone early. However, there's a fine sense you can hone of when to go, and that time Post went at the right time with some speed, and George found him.
Husak won the faceoff cleanly, intercepted now, skating around, shot, Sandora, that one knocked away, and now Canon-McMillan comes ahead, steering into the neutral ice. Getting chipped off the puck is Morgan, has to regroup, now dumps it into the Mount Lebanon zone.
Good poke check by Adler.
Pull it with the puck. Adler now behind on the far side. There's a hard pass off the board. Stanton there, and now he dumps it down on the near side. Back in the Mount Lebanon defensive zone. Chipped along, pull it. Chipped in by Sandora. Back behind the net. Stanton gets knocked off the puck. Looking for a throw in front was Husak. Unable to do so. Unable to keep it is Adler on the far boards, and now giving chase and getting poked off the puck momentarily. And now Sandora gets the chip at 3, unable to do so. A pass for Crum in the slot, and that one's intercepted nicely by Zimmerman. And now a misplay. Trottier throws a soft shot and gloved down by Weaver in a stoppage of play with 11:17 remaining in the second period with a 3-2 Blue Devil lead.
I think the advantage is kind of tilted towards the Blue Devils. I like their speed. I like the way they've been getting out of their zone. Some decent plays on the attack. I think they've kind of taken control of the second period a little bit.
Stewart unable to corral the puck at the blue line and has to retreat back to neutral ice. Soft chip in by Karabetsis and now sent back to the neutral ice. Orovitz can't possess the puck. Orovitz steers to the near boards, throws it hard. Karabetsis with a backhand pass that's intercepted by Fleming. Fleming chips it deep, and now an opportunity, one-on-one. Going to the near side, shot over the pad of Pedro for the opportunity was Brandon Williams. And now the puck goes to the near boards, paddled away by Pedro, settled down by Zimmerman, steer to front. Now a shot from the slot, high and wide. Back to the near side, Fleming chips it off the boards, intercepted, rip, and now Orovitz dumps it off the boards, unable to see the puck. And trying to play it was Karabetsis. And now Canon-McMillan has to regroup. But Zimmerman knocks Karabetsis off the puck, so does Fleming. But Karabetsis comes free and sends it behind the boards, but it takes a weird carry in front of the net. McDonald on the far side comes free with the puck. Trying to get it behind the Mount Lebanon goal. Does so. Gives it back to Rip on a backhand attempt. A little poke and the puck goes in. Rip didn't even try to get that one in, just threw a soft poke, and unable to cover it with the glove was Weaver, and it squirts through the 5-hole, and just like that, we are tied at 3 with Rip's second of the night, his 5th of the season.
Well, it's just sloppy play in their own zone. The Blue Devils, Coach Klatkowski is not going to be happy with how they were able to, or I should say, how they failed to get the puck out cleanly, and it looked like an innocent play around the crease, and as you mentioned, it was just able to poke home. And we got our 6th goal this game. We're tied at 3 as we hit the 10-minute mark here in the second period.
The goal happened with 10:07 left in the second period. As Mount Lebanon gets to the neutral ice, post with another breakout opportunity, but now has to settle things on the far half wall. Sitar loses the puck, pass in front of the slot, knocked off is Erdley, but Erdley keeps it alive. George looking for a wrister, knocked away by Mastro. Puck played along the near boards. Pollitt sends it back off the boards. Going behind the net is George. He's knocked off the puck. George continues to fight with Stanton, keeps the puck alive momentarily. Now a four-way scrum on the half wall, goes back behind the net. Sticked around, George keeps the play alive again, and now Canon-McMillan will finally momentarily get it. Sitar knocked off the puck and back to the neutral ice. Weaver with a backhand pass. Puck possessed and backhanded in by Erdley. Hess will come back to play it for Canon-McMillan as a line change for Mount Lebanon with 9 minutes left in the second period. Tie game 3-3. Lebo knocks it back. Stanton will play the puck, but he loses it, misplaying the puck, thrown in front. Evans trying to get the puck around. There was a shot, that one knocked down and sticked out to neutral ice. 3-3 score, 8:40 left, second period. Mount Lebanon gets the puck, throws it off the boards. Getting pinned deep is Cousins, and it's sent back. Stanton behind the net, charged, and sends it to the near half wall. Cousins tried to make a quick move, pinned it against the far near boards. Back to Adler. His shot is blocked down. Another backhand attempt that takes a weird bounce to the near side. Hess will throw it hard off the boards, and it goes into the Mount Lebanon bench with 8:14 left in the second period. The score knotted at 3.
Well, one thing I'm noticing, Sean, is the defensemen we talked about defensemen for the Big Macs pinching in the offensive zone. Well, they're also stepping up, being physical in the neutral zone. And sometimes it's been good, but other times it's generating an opportunity for the Blue Devils. So they got to be more selective about when to do that.
Clean face-off won by the Blue Devils on the near circle. Shot saved by Pedro, and he gets another save off the rebound on the far post. And a stoppage again, and the face-off will go to the far circle with 8:06 left in the second period, and a tie 3-3 score. Husak in the dot with O'Shell. Husak wins the face-off cleanly. Sandora throws one in front, somehow knocked down by the defense, and now skating ahead is O'Shell. Pass across, chipped in by Kiger. Adler pins Kiger against the boards. O'Shell throws one back behind the net. Morgan tried to get it between the wickets of Vines, and now Mount Lebanon pushes ahead with Phillips. Phillips enters the Canon-Mac zone, throws one back behind the Canon-McMillan net. Orovitz with a backhand. And now on the near boards, Kiger gets it ahead. Adler dumps it back in. Now on the far side, Husak goes behind the net. And great play defensively by McDonald to get the puck to Kiger. Kiger throws it hard off the boards, intercepted momentarily, and now O'Shell begins the breakout. McDonald settles it at neutral ice. Sandora comes free with the puck. He's knocked off. And a backhand across to Orovitz. Orovitz near side, gets it back to center ice. O'Shell with the chip to settle the puck. Made it bounce awkwardly. Erdley now dumps it into the Canon-Mac zone with 7 minutes left in the second period, tied 3-3. Canon-McMillan sends it back into neutral ice. Vines settles it down for Mount Lebanon and dumps it back in. Orovitz, one-on-one with Post. There's a backhand, but Erdley is there. Erdley looking to go across. George was the intended target, stolen away by McDonald. McDonald into the Mount Lebanon zone. He gets poke checked off the puck.
Nice.
Throws a pass. The pass is blocked in front by... And continuing to play on, Rip has the puck. Penalty is going to be called, and a stoppage of play with 6:33 left in the second period. The score is 3-3.
Cross-checking is going to be the penalty called against Mount Lebanon. As we try to see who's going in the box, it looks like that is going to be Vines, number 27 for the Blue Devils.
So Vines to the penalty box with 6:33 left in the second period. Canon-Mac will get its first face-off of the night. Rip will take the face-off, and the face-off is won by Erdley, but it's deflected and unable to keep it in was Canon-Mac, and now George has the puck in the neutral ice. George to the near circle, makes a move between the legs, throws a backhand shot, save, and then the opportunity on the second shot goes wide. Misplay by Canon-Mac behind the net, and now George has the puck. George throws it off the boards, continues the pressure, throws a shot on the net, and a stoppage of play on his third opportunity, shorthanded with 6:07 left in the second period. And Pedro comes up big, keeping the score 3-3. Canon-Mac has 1:34 left on its power play.
George putting the pressure on the Big Mac's D, shorthanded. He gets the break, and then he gets the second chance opportunity. He had the open net, but he just shot it over the top of the frame.
Canon-Mac wins the defensive zone face-off as the puck goes to the near side. Now a steal again and a backhand attempt, knocked away by Pedro. Orovitz comes free with the puck. He's steered off and dumped back in by Falbo. Stewart behind the cage, steers back towards the middle of the ice, enters the neutral zone, and continues to skate in the middle of the ice, heads to the far side. Stewart chips one behind the net. Stewart kicks the puck on the near half wall, and he's knocked down, and we're going to get a penalty, and Falbo touches up with 5:30 left in the second period. The score 3-3, and another penalty to Mount Lebanon. And the penalty is going on Brandwin Pollitt.
So it's going to be 5-on-3 for 57 seconds.
So back-to-back penalties on Mount Lebanon. This is the second power play for Canon-McMillan tonight. Rip will take the face-off against Husak. Fleming is out on the face-off too. Rip wins the face-off to Orovitz. Orovitz skating ahead. Cross-ice pass, shot by McDonald is high and wide. Reset by Rip on the near boards. Orovitz. Rip. Back to the red line. Rip skates across. Pass. McDonald. Shot. It scores! I believe it went off the stick of Fleming and in between the wickets of Bradley Weaver. And Canon-McMillan gets a power play goal with 5:12 left in the second period. And it's now 4-3 Big Macs.
18 seconds elapsed on that 5-on-3, so they're still going to have 1:42 remaining on a 5-on-4 man advantage opportunity. It was good passing and a fortunate bounce that hit the defenseman in front and slid between Weaver's legs to give the Big Macs the 4-3 lead.
McDonald's fifth of the season. Rip with his fifth assist of the season and third point of the night. And the score is 4-3 in favor of the Big Macs. In the second period with 5:12 left, there will be a minute 42 remaining on the penalty to Pollitt. Herabetsis loses the faceoff. Chipped off by Fleming and dumped into the Canon-Mac zone. Played behind the net and steering around is Rotello. Rotello continues to play with the puck. Sends it across ice. Slowly moving ahead is Canon-Mac as there's still 1:25 left on the power play, and finally dumps it into the Mount Lebanon zone and it squirts to the far side. Chip back towards the blue line. Sent in. Now an opportunity in the slot. Trying to get in. Soft backhand. Sticked away. Morgan gets knocked off the puck. Morgan had the backhand shot. Adler with the puck now. Throws it ahead. Great job to keep the puck in by Stanton. And Mount Lebanon eventually dumps it down. 1 minute left on the power play. 4:30 left in the second period. Scores 4-3, and the puck trying to be cleared away by Pedro goes out of play. And a stoppage with 4:26 left in the second period. Big Macs leading 4-3. Rip has 3 points tonight for the Big Macs. 2 goals, 1 assist, bringing his points total to 10 on the season. McDonald gets his 10th point of the year with 5 goals and 5 assists as well now, leading the charge for the Big Macs. As the faceoff will be on the near circle in the Canon-Mac zone. And Canon-Mac gets a delay of game penalty Now George with a shot, and that one blasted wide of the cage, far side. McDonald settles. So 4-on-4 hockey, at least for another 45 seconds, as Rip comes free with the puck, near side. Rip goes across ice, stepping up, looking for an opportunity. It saw it was Orvitz. He loses it, and now George gets poked off the puck. He's at neutral ice, steps in. There's a pass across and unable to settle. McDonald knocked off the puck. Early throws one in front off the leg of Orvitz. Goes to the far boards. Steered around. Adler throws a backhand. Played awkwardly by Pedro, but smothers the puck. With 3:50 left in the second period. 20 seconds remaining on the penalty to Mount Lebanon's bullet, and 1:24 remaining on the penalty to Canon-McMillan. Serving the penalty for Canon-McMillan on the delay of game is Karabetsis. Puck on the near boards. Canon-McMillan comes free with the puck and now steers ahead, center of the ice in the neutral zone, dumps it to the far boards and goes behind the net. Trottier giving chase. Adler with the puck. Adler steers it ahead. George with the puck on the far side now. Gives it to Early. Early in the slot. Drops it back to George. George corrals the puck. Throws a shot. That one goes wide, far side. But Adler steps up, throws one in front. That one goes to the near side wide. Pull it with the puck. Back to George. George throws it off the far boards. Behind the cage. Husak with the puck. Power play for Mount Lebanon. 0 for 2 on the power play are the Blue Devils. Pull it. Backhands it down. Dumped in by Canon-McMillan. 3 minutes left, 34 seconds on the power play. 4-3, Big Mac's lead. Sandora to pull it. Pull it dances. 23 seconds left on the power play. Trying to find Sandora. Sandora has to retreat back to the far side of the center ice to Phillips. Phillips enters the Canon-Mac zone and drops it back. George steers it off the glass to the near side. Great play by Husak. Another great job defensively by Canon-Mac. Settled down. Sandora with the puck. Sandora gets it to George. George in the slot. And deflected. Mastro there to send it into the mesh. And the power play is over for Mount Lebanon, who now goes 0 for 3 on the man advantage. And a stoppage with 2:25 left in the second period. 4-3, Canon-McMillan.
So we're going to have a face-off to the left of Pedro here. Opportunity for Mount Lebanon. Set up some sort of offensive face-off here. Try to get the tying goal in the last 2 minutes and 25 seconds here in the second period. And try to pull it towards the boards. And watch that cutter coming through for Big Max.
Face-off won by Mount Lebanon. Fleming sends it deep. Need to get down the far side is best. Loses it. And now Weaver, a shot. That one right to Pedro for the save, and a quick stoppage. 2:14 left second period. 4-3 score. Canon-Mac leads. Canon-Mac led by head coach Nicholas Godfrey, assisted by Brian Zartorski, Nicholas Green, Joseph Lombardi, and David McCown. And then on the Mount Lebanon side, Gary Klepkowski, Thomas Hanna, Noah Gerber, and Brendan Jameson. The coaches tonight. Weaver with the puck on the far side, sends it deep. Canon-Mac Zorovitz comes with the puck, losing it, and now an opportunity for Mount Lebanon looking for the cross-ice pass and poked away by Canon-Mac, and Canon-Mac charges ahead. Kiger can't come free with the puck. Now Fleming on the near side comes with it. He gets checked into the Canon-Mac bench, and back to Canon-Mac zone with Orvitz. Orvitz sends it to Rip. Rip with a misplay off the stick, trying to get it out, kept in and knocked free of the puck. Williams can't possess the puck. McDonald is back now to steer it off the boards. Kiger gets knocked off the puck. Fleming sends it ahead. Williams with the puck. He charges in, gets past McDonald. Williams with a shot. That one saved by Pedro. Almost snuck in under the arm.
Yeah, he was
to
searching
the
for
far post.
that rebound.
And Pedro settles it with 1:24 left in the second period. And the score is 4-3. Canon-McMillan leading Mount Lebanon.
It looked to me like McDonald had dropped back on defense. He played forward earlier in the game and had done a nice job there. That time he got beat a little bit going to the net. They created an opportunity and Pedro made the save. However, he momentarily lost the rebound, was able to cover up.
Mount Lebanon wins another offensive zone faceoff. Early on the near half wall does a great job getting a defender to steer. Shot missed. And now reset by Mount Lebanon on the far side. Eardley again makes a defender miss, but didn't bring the puck with him this time. Loses the puck momentarily. A shot in front. Pedro will smother it on the far part of the paint, and just 1 minute exactly remaining in the second period, with the Big Macs leading 4-3.
Couple offensive zone faceoffs from the Blue Devils. We've been down to our right for a while now. See if they can generate any chances.
George with a toe drag to the slot, saved by Pedro. Eardley had a rebound attempt but couldn't get there. Now played behind the net by Post. Post gets knocked off the puck. Post sends it back around. Now back to Post on the near post. And now Canon-Mac has to charge ahead. Mastro, cross ice pass on the far side. Sitar settles it. There's a backhand and intercepted by Eardley on the far half wall. Throws it high off the glass. And now Mount Lebanon sticks ahead. George goes between the legs to get into the offensive zone. Now a backhanded check. Pedro is there and able to make the play. Vines with the shot with 19.4 seconds left. And the face-off will come to the near circle in the Canon-Mac zone, with the Big Macs leading 4-3.
From his defensive position there, Vines had jumped up in the play, used his long reach to corral that loose puck. Made a nice job pulling it to the backhand, but then it became a bad angle. He got in a little bit deep, didn't have much net to target with his shot on Pedro.
Pollitt throws a shot, and the miss on the redirect, barely by Cousins. And now the puck behind the net. Another throw in front, misplayed. McDonald comes through at the puck, and now a 2-on-1 with 7 seconds left. Crum skating on the near circle. The shot saved. A shot again, and that one saved again by Weaver. Orvitz with one last shot, and that expires the second period. Canon-Mac with two great chances to take a 2-goal lead into the break, but unable to do so successfully, and it's just a 4-3 Big Macs lead after 2 periods of play here in Southpointe. We'll send you to break. When we come back, we will have some updated stats and the scoring summary. You are listening and watching PIHL Hockey 2017 here on the new Triblive High School Sports Network.
AstroTurf, a pioneer in sports surfacing, proudly supports high school athletics. Visit one of their 280 fields in the tri-state area to see their cutting-edge technology. AstroTurf's focus on R&D enables them to provide innovative surfaces that protect athletes and stand the test of time. AstroTurf now propels performance with iconic turf fields and legendary Recordtan tracks. They manufacture, build, and maintain a full range of turf and track systems for total quality control. Learn more at astroturf.com. Make Chick-fil-A Robinson your destination for a fast and tasty breakfast. Chick-fil-A Robinson offers a variety of breakfast sandwiches, including sausage, bacon, or, of course, chicken. Breakfast is served hot and fresh daily, featuring our handmade biscuits. Need to feed a crowd or a tailgate on Sunday? Chick-fil-A Robinson Catering has got you covered with hot or reheatable chicken trays. Visit our catering website at www.cfarobinsonCaters.com to book your business or social event today. Chick-fil-A Robinson Catering. We deliver. AstroTurf. Adrian's Pizza on Thompson Run Road is serving Shaler, the North Hills, North Allegheny, and Hampton areas. Adrian's Pizza on 605 Thompson Run Road is your place to go for gourmet pizzas, flatbreads, gourmet sandwiches, hoagies, wings, salads, gyros, calzones, stromboli, and gourmet pasta dinners. Dine in, get takeout, or have it delivered. Adrian's Pizza on Thompson Run Road is now offering a new catering menu as well. Call 412-486-0101. Adrian's Pizza on Thompson Run Road, the gourmet pizza people.
Check out the new Triblive High School Sports Network on social media this season for breaking news, scores, pictures, videos, links to our articles, and more. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram under the handle Triblive HSSN. Get in the conversation on Facebook at facebook.com/Triblive HSSN. And on our YouTube channel, you can find thousands of interviews with local student athletes and coaches, plus highlights and full games. The spot for Western Pennsylvania high school sports on social media this season is the new Triblive High School Sports Network.
Log on every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock for the latest high school football news during this week in the WPIAL, only here on the new Triblive High School Sports Network. Join Don Rebel and other members of the Triblive High School Sports Network team as it visits with WPIHL football coaches, plus they run down the upcoming schedule and preview the weekend's top high school football games. That's this week in the WPIHL, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. this fall, only on the new Triblive High School Sports Network.
Who showed you how to get to Sesame Street and took you to visit Mr. Rogers' neighborhood? WQED. And now, WQED and PBS Learning Media can help you travel through space, get an up-close look into Vietnam, and be in the front row of a Broadway show. In collaboration with local school districts, community organizations, and local libraries, WQED continues to create experiences that remake learning for students, teachers, and lifelong learners. For more info, visit WQED.org and begin your adventure.
Back at Prince-Gape Arena in Southpointe, the score after 2 periods of play at intermission is Canon-McMillan 4 and Mount Lebanon 3. Let's take a look at the scoring summary for the game so far. In the first period, Mount Lebanon started things off with a Griffin Erdley goal with 6:25 in, and Wyatt George got the assists. Just about 3 minutes later, Joshua Ripp with a goal assisted by Christopher Rhodes made it 1-1, and Mount Lebanon had the lead after 1 period, 2-1, when Anthony Sandora found the back of the net with 5 seconds left. Timothy Adler, Lou Cusack on the assist. 2-1 Lebo after 1, and then in the second period, Clinton O'Shell, 2:55 in, was assisted by Brett Morgan to make it 2-2. Wyatt George then found the back of the net, this time from Early. They flip-flop in the second period, just about a minute and 10 seconds later, and it was then the score 3-2 Mount Lebanon. Christian Stewart, assisted by John McDonald, 2 minutes 51 seconds later, tied the game at 3-3, and then McDonald scored from Rip. 11:48 the time of the goal in the second period. Canon-McMillan took its first lead 4-3, and that's where we stand at the intermission. Shots on goal, Pedro has saved 16 of 19 shots he's faced, and on the opposite side for Lebo, Weaver just 3 saves on 7 shots.
They don't break it down by period in there, do they?
No.
Well, guess we're not tracking that by period, are we?
I had that plan, but then little viewing.
No, it's too hard to do that and track the shots, but typically somewhere in the arena they post the shots, but here at this arena they do not, so we can't track it by period. Unfortunately, we've had some spectators fail to recognize that we're working here, and they've crowded us, so it's getting a little bit of a obstructed view on some angles of the action. But, Sean, the action's kind of gone back and forth. I think each side has had control and dictated play for stretches, but we've seen some back and forth play. We've seen some fortunate bounces in front, and I think the old adage of getting pucks towards the net has rung true, very true so far in this game, because a lot of the goals were scored down low, some coming off the boards, a couple nice passes from down low. Pedro gave up 3 goals to his right on bad angle plays. And then other times, particularly on that 5-on-3 power play, Canon-McMillan centered it and it hit the defenseman and then slid through the wickets of the goalie as he was anticipating having to push off and slide across the crease. So it's been a back and forth affair, as the score might indicate. It was Mount Lebanon 1-0, then it was 1-1, it was 2-1 Canon-Mac at the end of 1. And then Lebo took the lead 3-2. Canon-Mac rallied back to make it 4-3, and that's where we sit here at intermission as the Zammers got about 2 laps remaining. Maybe we'll step aside, get in a couple of these we need to finish, and we'll be ready for third period action.
At the break, Canon-McMillan leads Mount Lebanon 4-3. When we come back, third period action from Prince-Gape Arena in Southpointe, Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania. Again, 4-3, Canon-Mac leads Mount Lebanon. You are listening and watching PIHL Hockey 2017 here on the Triblive High School Sports Network.
AstroTurf, a pioneer in sports surfacing, proudly supports high school athletics. Visit one of their 280 fields in the tri-state area to see their cutting-edge technology. AstroTurf's focus on R&D enables them to provide innovative surfaces that protect athletes and stand the test of time. AstroTurf now propels performance with iconic turf fields and legendary Recordtan tracks. They manufacture, build, and maintain a full range of turf and track systems for total quality control. Learn more at astroturf.com.
Get everything you want in a checking account plus $200 from Dollar Bank. That's right. You get $200 with an everything checking account from Dollar Bank. Everything checking includes interest, 55,000 free ATMs, and no monthly service fee when you do the things you already do every day. You also get real-time alerts and an app with mobile deposit, all free. Add everything savings to earn 1.00% APY up to $20,000. And now, everything checking has it all, including a $200 offer that ends September 30th. So don't miss your chance to get $200. Stop in, visit dollar.bank/200, or call 1-800-242-BANK today. Dollar Bank, mutually inspired. $200 offer for new customers only. Certain requirements apply in the first year. Call for details. 0.15% annual percentage yield. Savings rate and fee waiver requires 6 qualifying payments. 0.25% savings APY over $20,000. Subject to change without notice. Dollar Bank. Member FDIC.
I like catching fish with my son, but I sure don't like a health plan that comes with a catch. That's why I'm good with Gateway Health for medical assistance. They give us access to the highest quality health care from the doctors and hospitals that we want. And when you have something that good on the line,
you don't let it get away.
I'm good with Gateway.
Go to I'mGoodWithGateway.com to find out why so many people say
I'm good with Gateway.
And welcome back to Printscape Arena at Southpointe as the intermission is ending between the hosts, Canon-McMillan Big Macs. They lead Mount Lebanon Blue Devils 4-3, and take a brief look at the 3A standings while we have a moment. In first place is Peters Township, 6 games played, 6 wins. They will be hosting Seneca Valley in the nightcap of our doubleheader. Second place with 7 games played, 5-1-1 record, 11 points, North Allegheny Tigers. Third place, 7 games played, 4-3 record, 8 points, Butler. Fourth place, 7 games played, identical 4-3 record, 8 points, Cathedral Prep Ramblers. And then in fifth place with only 5 games played, this is the interesting one, Sean. They're only 4-1, so 1 loss for Seneca Valley. They sit with 8 points, so that's a big matchup against Peters Township in the nightcap. Sixth place is the Big Macs, 7 games played, 3-4 record, 6 points, followed by Bethel Park, 2-5. 4 points. At one point, Bethel Park in an unusual spot. They were winless and at the bottom of the standings in 3A. It's probably been quite a number of years since we've seen that. Eighth place, Central Catholic, 6 games played, 2-4 record, 4 points. They graduated a ton of players from the team that finished at the top of the standings last year and then lost in the Penguin Cup to Peters Township. Mount Lebanon, 7 games played, 2-5, 4 points. And then wrapping it up is the 2A Penguin Cup champions, now playing 3A this year, 7 games played, 1-6 record. They were hit hard by graduation, and with the formula, had to play 3A this year, the Plum Mustangs. As the teams have returned to the ice, Sean, and I didn't realize I didn't have your microphone up. I apologize.
It's okay.
As the teams are out there stretching, it's always dangerous to stretch on the cold ice unless you get moving a little bit first. You're more likely to pull something.
As these two teams square off tonight, and both will get at least a week-long break. Canon-Mac won't return to the ice until Thursday, November 30th, the week after Thanksgiving, for an 8:30 puck drop against Cathedral Prep at Mercyhurst Ice. And
the dreaded 8:30 face-off at Mercyhurst and a long ride back.
Mount Lebanon, excuse me.
Yeah, Mount Lebanon.
And then for Canon-McMillan, the next time out on the ice is a week from today in a big matchup against Peters Township. Both
big rivalry.
Teams playing on each other's home ice. And
of course, the reason, Thanksgiving, there's not going to be any games Thursday or Friday this week, so the club's just getting in one game during the holiday break or holiday week and then the break, and many of them will get a few more in before the Christmas break. all the way up till the 21st of December. So majority of their schedule have been played by the Christmas break.
6 Penguin Cup championships are being noticed on the ice today, as these two have combined for 6. 4 for Mount Lebanon, 2 for Canon-McMillan. Canon-McMillan recently in 2015, and for Mount Lebanon most recently in 2006. As Mount Lebanon wins the face-off to start the third period, George with the puck, steers it in deep. Hess on the near boards, gets knocked off the puck by Post and pushed down to the ice. Hess loses possession to Erdley, and now Hess regains possession in his own zone. Throws it to the far boards, stepping up and playing it as Pollitt, but it's dumped back. Stanton has to retreat. Stanton veers ahead, sends it to the far side. Now Rip up the center of the ice in the neutral zones. Heads to the far side. There's a shot from the slot off the leg of Pollitt, and now Rip settles it again off the stick of Trottier. And pushing ahead is Mount Lebanon. George can't make a power move past Hess. Settled by Erdley. Shot saved by Pedro. Hess knocks down Erdley, and now we got some stick checking. Hess getting into it with George, the alternate captains exchanging words, and a stoppage of play with 16:14 left, third period. The Big Macs lead 4-3.
A little frustration by Hess. He was kind of put in spin cycle by Wyatt George there. He had the pivot, skate forwards as the defenseman. George put the pressure on, created the turnover, and good chance for the Blue Devils.
Another opportunity, steers wide. Sandora throws one across, and Pedro is up to the challenge. The puck is frozen. But Pedro never had the puck, but the referee with the quick whistle settles things down for Cannon Mac. And a stoppage. Mount Lebanon will get another offensive zone faceoff with 16:04 left in the third period. 4-3 score.
Quick whistle there by referee Ken Steen. Pedro never had it, but made a nice save pushing off from right to left.
Phillips with the puck, throws a backhand. Intercepted by Cannon Mac. Fleming now dumps it back in. Mount Lebanon has to retreat to get onside. Does so successfully. Orvitz with the puck. Orvitz to the near boards, Mastro. He tries to chip it in. Mount Lebanon up to the challenge. Husak with the puck on the near side. Throws it into the neutral ice. Vines makes a move. Loses the puck. Backhanded to the near boards. And chipped along. And now Rotello with the puck. Rotello has an opportunity. One-on-one with the goalie. Shot saved by Weaver to the near half wall. Mount Lebanon has to regroup. Orovitz gets it in center ice, right on the red line. Back and forth past McDonald. Orovitz from the red line throws one. Sticked aside by Weaver to the far boards. And now Mount Lebanon regroups. McDonald settles the puck. Somehow kept the puck in on the blue line. States in. Toe drag, and it's poked away. Hess keeps the puck in. Now a shot by Mastro, knocked down by the glove, and somehow managing to keep it is Weaver. Crum with a knockdown in front, and a stoppage in play. 15:03 left third period. The score is 4-3 in favor of Canon-McMillan.
Really like the move there by Rotello on the forecheck. Got the puck in the neutral zone, made a nice inside move on the defenseman. Walked in with a prime chance on the goaltender Weaver there, who made a nice save.
Morgan wins the offensive zone faceoff for Canon Mac. Hess between the legs of Cousins. Walkered away by Weaver, and now Mount Lebanon dumps it into the Canon Mac zone. Looking to dump and chase. O'Shell settles it. Falbo can't play the puck. Now back to center ice. Chipped by Kiger. Kiger makes a move. On the far circle, a shot, and that one's paddled away by Weaver. Now a play along the far boards. Again, Mount Lebanon for the dump and chase, but this time Pedro looks to settle it. Can't do so effectively. Cousins gets the puck, throws a backhand in front. O'Shell settles it down, and now Kiger with a soft pass to Morgan. Steers ahead, wheels along the near boards. Morgan settles himself but loses an edge behind the cage. And now a play along the half wall. Mount Lebanon comes free with the puck. Hard check. And now Hess throws a pass in front. That one goes wide for Kiger and comes back to the near side. Played back by Mount Lebanon. Dumped down, and this one will go for icing as Stanton skates back with 14:01 left. The score 4-3. Faceoff will go back into the Mount Lebanon zone.
Sean, we had a couple minutes there. We got pretty wide open end-to-end action. Some good chances, particularly for Canon-McMillan. Weaver made a couple critical saves here to keep his team within one.
Stewart spins the puck, and Trottier comes with the puck on the half wall now, knocked off by Adler. Post along the far boards now sends it cross ice and back into the Canon-McMillan zone. Orvitz throws it off the boards, and now Rip can't come free with the puck. Settles it down eventually, and now Stewart up the center of the ice to the low slot. Looks back on McDonald. McDonald across, trying to get it to Orovitz on the near side. Orovitz throws one towards the net. Rip redirects that wide, and now getting chased is Stradier. Throws it off the boards. Settles it down on the half wall momentarily, and now Mount Lebanon pushes free in the neutral ice.
2-on-2.
To the near boards. 2-on-2. George, cross ice pass, looking for the low middle slot. Tradier with the steal, and now Orvitz. Hard slam off the boards. Vine steps up to play the puck and keep it in the Canon-Mac zone. 13:05 left third period. 4-3 Big Macs. Shot sticked away by Pedro, and now sent all the way back around to the far side where Adler retreats at center red. Hard pass to George. George enters the zone with a soft touch pass. And now a backhand attempt by Post and glove down by Pedro. And a stop at 12:52 remaining in the third period. Mount Lebanon trails Canon-McMillan 4-3 in PIHL Class 3A action.
Well, Sean, we saw the need for communication on that 2-on-2. George was coming down, and he sent the pass to where he thought the player was initially when he was looking at the defender who his teammate had come over to support him, and he just kind of turned it over weakly in the slot. So always got to be talking to your teammates, let them know where you want it, where you expect to be.
Fleming retreats back into his own zone, throws a backhand that's knocked down, and now Mount Lebanon with a chance to move ahead. Zimmerman crosses the blue line into Canon-Mac territory, and a shot is redirected into the mesh. And another stoppage of play with 12:30 left in the third period.
Stick in good position here by Ian Hess on defense. That shot was taken and went off his stick and out of play. Face off to the right of Pedro.
Rotello versus Zimmerman in the face-off circle on the near side. Goes back to Weaver. Weaver's shot is blocked. And now here comes Mistro. He has a chance on the near circle. Throws a backhand looking for a pass that gets knocked down. And now back to the point. Snapshot by Stanton. That one blocked down. Mount Lebanon sends it to the near boards. We'll throw a chip. Hard check into the boards. Knocked down on the play was best by Rotello. And now back to the far side. Fleming, he gets knocked off the puck. And now regrouped. Canon-McMillan skating in. Near circle, knocked down. Going around, looking for the wraparound. And that one's blocked down. Weaver does a great job defensively. And now Hess with the puck on the near blue line. Sends it back to the near half wall. Now a pass in front. Rotello shot, and standing up to the challenge is Weaver. Some pushing and shoving in front of the net as Canon-McMillan looked to get an extra whack. And a stoppage with 11:43 left in the third period. Big Macs holding on and unable to add to the 4-3 lead.
Physicality there, Big Macs right there, generated a few turnovers, particularly the one from the far half wall, walked in with a good chance as the Mount Lebanon defender was unable to get to his feet.
Now a pass in front. Kiger was there and almost caused havoc in front of the net. And now Mount Lebanon charges ahead. Soft chip. Misplay in the neutral ice. Poke check back and regrouped by Canon-McMillan. Intercepted in the neutral ice by Mount Lebanon. Sticking ahead and off sides as Pollitt. Unable to get back is Husak. And face-off will come outside of the Canon-McMillan zone with 11:21 left in the third period. Face-off win by Mount Lebanon. Chip back into the Canon-Mac zone. Orovitz with the puck. Throws it back to the half wall. Stolen by Mount Lebanon. A shot attempt in front. That one ricochets to the near half wall. Thrown off the boards. Husak with the puck. Intercepted. And now McDonald behind the net. Steers to the far side. McDonald makes a move. Gets it to center ice. Throws a pass ahead to Morgan. Morgan on the near boards. Gets checked off the puck by Adler. But stepping up. And unable to play the Zoshell. And now staring ahead is Sandora. Sandora goes to the far circle. He's poke checked off the puck by McDonald. And he flips one ahead into the neutral ice where Morgan settles. Tries to get past Pollitt, unable to do so. And now chipped back in by Canon-Mac. Regrouping is Mount Lebanon now in the neutral ice. Soft pass to Sandora. Loses the puck, poke checked off by Hess. Stewart now with the puck in the neutral ice. And he is charging ahead. Can't get through the legs of Adler. And now a soft dump by Erdley. Sandora loses it. Mount Lebanon with a soft touchback. And Hess and McDonald play pitch and catch to the far side. McDonald with a lob behind the net. Adler hard off the boards. Rhodes will give chase for Canon-Mac and retrieve it in his own zone. 10 minutes left in the third period. Big Macs lead 4-3. Pass ahead to Stewart in the neutral ice. Sends it into the Mount Lebanon zone. He gets knocked off the puck, tries to throw a soft backhand, and now a knockdown in front. And now a chance for George, who corrals the puck. 3-on-2 momentarily for Mount Lebanon. Have to move quickly, but a great job defensively by Canon-Mac. Rip can't settle the puck. Goes back into the Canon-Mac zone. Stewart comes free with it, and Stewart gets it out of harm's way into the neutral ice. Rip ahead. Rip on the near side to Stewart. Shot battled down by Weaver. Back out and has to regroup is Canon-Mac in the neutral ice is Hess, and he dumps it down. Vines to the far side. Sticks it back to the near side. Rip is there, though, looking for a wraparound attempt. Throws one in front. That one unable to get a good shot on it. And now play along to the far half wall. Pass in front. Stewart with a chance. Took a weird bounce off the skate, and we're going to have a penalty on the play as Vines takes a penalty. Went up towards the head area of Stewart, and Mount Lebanon will have its third penalty of the night.
That's the second penalty on Vines when he threw a check, and he doesn't understand why, but as you mentioned, he went high. He's a bit aggressive, and that time he's going to put his team down again for 2 minutes with an offensive zone faceoff for the Big Macs.
9 minutes remain in the third period. The Big Macs lead 4-3 and are 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Rip in the dot, loses the faceoff. Mount Lebanon clears. Zorovich couldn't keep it in. Backhands it off the far boards, and now Canon-Mac resets. McDonald back in his own zone. Cousins gives chase. McDonald steers, throws a pass to Stewart, but it's going to be Rip who settles it for Stewart at center red and dumps it down. Hess tried knocking Pollitt off the puck. Stewart can't possess the puck. McDonald now has to step up from the defense position, and great job pinning the puck against the boards on the near half wall. Pass ahead to Orovitz. Orovitz slows, steers back and forth with McDonald from the point. Sends it to the top far circle. Now back to the half wall. Orovitz across to McDonald. Pass in front. Shot knocked away. Great play defensively by Mount Lebanon. And sticking it ahead is Cousins. And now a breakout for Mount Lebanon. Into the Canon-Mac zone. Falbo to the far side. Soft shot knocked down by Orovitz. 58 seconds remaining on the power play. 7:55 left third period. 4-3 Big Macs on the power play. Sent back by Mount Lebanon. Orovitz settles the regroup. To the far side. McDonald with a deke to get the puck to Morgan on the near side. Shot to the chest of Weaver and makes a save and stops the clock with 7:36 left in the third period. 36 seconds left on the power play and a 4-3 Big Mac lead.
Good puck moving on the power play by the Big Macs. Mount Lebanon very aggressive, and that's how you counter aggressive penalty killers. You got to move the puck. It was that last pass that wasn't quick enough in front for the tap in. So it's still 1-goal lead.
Back and forth passing for Canon-Mac at the point. Stanton throws a shot. Locked down in front by Crum, and then a chip attempt goes into the glove of Weaver, and another stoppage of play with 7:25 left in the third period. Karabetsis will take the face-off. Face-off one. Ortello loses the puck, but he keeps it in momentarily. Crum gives chase. Now Crum will come up with the puck for a second behind the net, but Adler comes free ultimately and backhanded out. 10 seconds left on the power play. Rotello has to retreat all the way back. Husak gives charge. Husak pins Rotello. Joining the party is Stanton, who knocks the puck to Morgan. Power play is over. Big Macs go to 1 for 3 on the power play. The line pass to Crum is deflected wide, and now George settles on the near boards. George with a cross-ice pass, intending it for Sandora, gives chase, and Sandora
going to have a penalty.
Edge, and we have a penalty
for going after the puck in Pedra's glove. It's going to be a penalty against the Blue Devils, I believe.
Sandora was giving chase. It looks like Sandora lost an edge, and
it's going to be against Canon-McMillan. My mistake. It's going to be 83
Stanton.
for Canon-McMillan.
Blake Stanton with the penalty. I'm sure of what happened, but a great chance for the Blue Devils with 6:44 left.
They're going to call slashing.
Period. That would maybe explain why Sandora lost the edge. And now a power play for the Blue Devils, trailing 4-3. Get the face-off win. Slap shot. Didn't get any of it. Does Vines, and now throws a hard wrister. Knocked down and killed down to the Mount Lebanon zone by Rip. And Weaver was going to come out to play the puck, but it's slowed up in front. Vines retreats back. 1:40 remaining on the penalty. Vines ahead. Sends it to the far side. Hard pass over the stick of Sandora. Cannon Mack playing with it in its own zone. Sends it to Orovitz. Orovitz, the captain, skates ahead. Gets to the near boards. Makes a move past George. Orovitz at the top of the near circle. And a pad save by Weaver. Sends it to the far side. Stewart retreats it back to McDonald, who skates backwards and now ultimately sends it down.
Good killing by Big Max. Mount Lebanon alone.
Intercept by Rip. Vines looking to get it through. Rip on the short side, and a save made by Weaver. Holds the score at 4-3 with 5:53 left in the third period and 1:09 remaining on the Mount Lebanon power play.
Just not managing the puck well are the Blue Devils, and Canon-McMillan making them pay. Good pressure while shorthanded. Got a rush, got a turnover. And now we're going to get a timeout. I think Coach Klapkowski is seeing the same things that I'm seeing, and he decides to take a break to have a little discussion with his Blue Devils. And I guess you want to keep it here? Or
yeah, we can keep it here. 5:53 left third period. The score 4-3 in favor of Canon-McMillan, and we have yet to have a score in this third period. And Kevin, you're the hockey guy here. What has changed for both of these teams? What has cleaned things up, which has made this such a competitive third period?
Well, you're always catching me off guard here with some of these. We're seeing a lot of up and down action. I just think maybe the goaltending's been a little better. That's been one. I thought we saw some bad angle goals allowed early on. There's still been a few chances. I think the defensemen have been sloppy and the goalies have bailed them out, but it's hard to really pinpoint one or two things that's kind of locked it down, because I think there's been some good chances. It's just I think the goalies have made the saves if you want to make a list and put it at the top of the list. Better goaltending there.
1 minute, 9 seconds left on the Mount Lebanon power play. Has a face-off in its own zone, and now won by Cannon Mack. Hess dumps it back, and now Rotello goes to the far wall, back to the neutral ice.
Minute on the penalty.
Rhodes misplays it, and now a chance for Mount Lebanon. Erdley in one-on-one, retracting back. Block shot. George settles it at the top of the near circle, sends it across to the far side. Bullet on the near blue line. Skates across. Slot shot. That one just goes wide of the cage near side. Erdley with the puck. On the half wall. Gives it to George near side. George makes a move. Sends it back. High slot. Shot. Looking for a redirect. That one wide. Erdley settles. Back to the point to pull it. Looking across. Near side. Erdley, a shot. Batted down. Another chance in front. Pedro has to make a save. Sent back. Shot. Pedro got the first nick, but it goes in for Mount Lebanon. It's a power play goal with 5:02 left in the third period, and we are all knotted up at 4.
Good offensive zone pressure on the man advantage for the Blue Devils. They were getting some chances, walking towards the middle, getting the center point shot, and then Canon-McMillan finally closed down that look for Blue Devils. They dropped it to the side on a little drag and drop, and that's when they were able to get it on the net on Pedro, and that puck was just lying there. Credit whoever it was that found that loose puck and sent it across the goal mouth, allowed the goal scorer to turn it over and bury it. Now we're tied. Under 5 minutes to go here, third period.
Wyatt George gets his second of the night, I do believe. And it's now 4-4. Canon-McMillan now looking to press ahead. Stewart fans on a pass attempt. Cousins got it in momentarily, and the puck just comes out offsides. Evans was the one to touch up, and the faceoff comes outside the Canon-McMillan zone with 4:45 left in the third period in a 4-4 tie.
I don't know about that one, Sean. You and I are standing on the blue line. The whole puck has got to come across the blue line, not just a part of it. I think some of it was still on the paint. Fortunate call for the Big Macs.
Face off one into the Canon-Mac zone, though. Orovitz sends it to the near side. Weaver looking to step up on Stewart, does so successfully. Weaver, high circle, shot glove down by Pedro. Evans gives a whack, and Pedro takes exception with a little shove and a stoppage with 4:32 left third period.
Well, the near side here, down where the face-off is going to be, is where Pedro's had the most trouble on the goals. And even though that last goal came from the other side, it was loose on that side. He couldn't find it until it was slid across.
Face-off won by Canon-Mac in the defensive zone. Hess sends it to the far side. Adler hard off the boards. Stanton gets it out of harm's way. Vine now chases back to the far circle in his own zone to retrieve the puck. Looking for Adler, can't settle it. Vines sticks ahead. Husak loses the puck. Trying to stick it out and getting into center ice is Canon-McMillan, where Vines throws a pass ahead. Knocked off. Stanton tries to push ahead, but it's back in the Mount Lebanon zone. It has possession, and now Sandora. Sandora to the near side. High circle, and now goes to the half wall. Hess with the check. Husak comes ahead with the puck. Husak steers around, throws one in front. That one ricochets wide. Can't get it across as Morgan. Kept in by Mount Lebanon. Morgan throws it off the boards into the neutral ice. Adler dumps it back down. Pedro settles for Hess. 3:35 remaining, third period, 4-4 score.
Sandora credited with the power play goal.
Stanton in the neutral ice. Backhand down. Vines retrieves it behind his own net. Looking to the far side, playing it off the boards and sticking ahead is Mount Lebanon. Best looking to get through. He's knocked off by Stanton. Excuse me, it's Post. Now a pass along to the near side. Here comes Stewart into the neutral ice. Crosses into the Mount Lebanon zone.
Nice pass.
Backhand pass. Morgan a shot. And an easy save for Weaver. Weird carom off the glass. Orovitz is able to come up and get it. Offsides is the call. And a stoppage with 3 minutes left in the third period. The score 4-4.
That one's at the other end. Hard to tell that one. I just would like to see my officials on the line making that call. But we've seen it a lot, Sean, when the puck comes around the glass, the stanchions, it's kicking out towards the slot area.
Face-off won by Canon-Mac. Orovitz retreats back into his own zone. Cross-ice pass to McDonald. Now Rip steers ahead. Rip can't get a pass across. Does so now. Sticking ahead. Losing it is Rotello. Diving to play the puck was Weaver. Rip gets it back to the point. McDonald across. Top of the circle. Orovitz looking across. Nobody open. Played back behind the net. Rip settles on the far half wall. Rip gets out of the way of a check. Gets his stick lifted. Squirts out. Stepping up. Shot. Stewart. Collected by Rip. Sends it to the point. McDonald. Hard wrister. That one blocked by George. Stick broke.
He's got to come off.
Comes off the ice. Back into the neutral ice. 2:15 left third period. 4-4 score. McDonald dances. Crosses center red. Onto the near side. Goes to the near half wall. Makes a move. Loses his footing. And here comes Mount Lebanon. Quickly ahead on the near side is Falbo. A shot. Glove down by Pedro. Settles it with the stick and smothers it with 1:55 left in the third period. We're still knotted at 4.
Again, end-to-end. McDonald makes a rush. He blows a tire in the near corner down the far end. And then Mount Lebanon counters in transition. 5-on-2. Nice cut to the slot. Got a shot. Now they got an offensive zone draw. 1:55 on the clock. Tied at 4.
Morgan wins the face-off on the defensive zone draw. Sends it across. Tranier loses an edge. And now stick back down. And Pedro, instead of letting it go behind the net, catches it and drops it for Hess. Hess off the boards. Morgan can't play it. Adler a shot. That one goes under the glove of Pedro, far side. Whack at the stick, and now back to center ice. Mount Lebanon retreating backwards. Morgan stepping up to make a play, but a great job defensively by Adler. But Morgan somehow manages to get the puck on the far side. And now it rolls all the way back. Pedro will settle it on the near side. Sends it over to Stanton on the far half wall, who moves it to the near side. 1:10 left, third period. Stolen by Sandora. Pass in front, wide open shot. Saved by Pedro and cleared out by Canon-McMillan. 1 minute left in the third period. We're tied at 4. Puck behind the net. Adler on the near side. Adler goes to the far side. Skating ahead is Mount Lebanon into the neutral ice. Sandora shot. That one goes wide of the cage on the near side. Husak squirts the puck behind. Sandora to the point. Pull it. Loses it. Sandora regroups on the far wall. Phillips with the backhand. Plays it behind the Canon-Mac net. Phillips knocked off the puck cleanly. Hess can't corral the puck. Husak with it. 30. Adler with a shot with 30 seconds left. Goes off the hand of McDonald. Recovered by Sandora. Back to the point. Adler with a shot. Blocked by the shins of Stewart. Back down to the near half wall. Pinned against the boards. 15 seconds left third period. Hess hooks the puck free. Adler's going to check up. Gets a shot. Saved by Pedro. Another shot. Another save by Pedro on Sandora with 8.4 seconds left in the score. 4-4 in the third period.
Wow, what a rally there by the Blue Devils. A lot of offensive zone pressure. Was able to keep that puck in. It all started because of that rolling puck. Pedro just not good communication between the goaltender and the D. Kept it in, and he had a telescope out, made a huge save in the slot. Took away all kinds of shooting time, and now we get a face-off in the Big Mac zone with 8.4 on the clock.
Erdley and Rip on the face-off. Erdley pushes it ahead. Whacking it is Oro. It's 3 seconds left. George with it in the neutral ice, and that will expire the third period of play. The score is 4-4.
And we're going to have our first look at, or at least tonight rather, 3-on-3 overtime. There was a big push by some clubs, particularly some well-known coaches, to get this implemented, 3-on-3 in a shootout. I can live with the 3-on-3. I detest the shootout more than anything in hockey, besides fighting. I just can't stand it. So hopefully we'll settle this in 3-on-3 with 3 minutes on the clock. And the officials are trying to do their job and keep things moving because we do have a second game here tonight that's supposed to start at 9 o'clock.
Yep. So 3-on-3 overtime, 3 minutes on the clock. It's Rip, Orovitz, and McDonald out on the ice for Canon-McMillan. George, Sandora, and trying to see who the third one is. It's Pollitt on the ice. Face-off is won by Rip. Orovitz back to his own zone to recover. Orovitz to Rip. A lot of open ice on the 3-on-3. Sticks it ahead into the Mount Lebanon zone. Rip loses the puck momentarily. George knocks him off. George skates ahead. Go to the near side.
Slash.
Orovitz with a poke check. Losing it is George. Rip comes free with the puck. He loses it to Pollitt. Dumps it down into the Canon-Mac zone with 2:30 left in the overtime period, tied at 4.
Never dump it in 3-on-3.
McDonald settles it for Rip, who's in the neutral ice all alone. Orovitz comes off. Nobody coming back for Rip, and now an intercept. Sticking ahead. Sandora is coming across. The pass was intended for him.
3-on-1.
And now Hess moves ahead. 3-on-1 for Canon-Mac. McDonald on the far side. The shot from the circle. Missed. And now McDonald has to regroup. McDonald looking. Throwing a hard shot. That one knocked down by Weaver. George with the puck. Slowly moving on the far side. George
needs some help.
Dumps it down. Nobody in Mount Lebanon coming ahead to help out. McDonald plays the puck behind and now steers ahead. 1:40 left in the overtime. Pass to Hess. Hess charges. Low slot. Can't get a good shot off. And now Mount Lebanon pushes it ahead. Backhanded across. McDonald has to wait for Hess to get on side. And now Stewart will bring it in. Stewart, top to far circle. Walkered away.
120.
To the far wall. McDonald at the point. Shot. Saved by Weaver. Second attempt almost for Hess. But a great job to hold on by Weaver and stop the clock with 1:14 left in overtime. The score 4-4.
Good shot by McDonald, although it was high. He had a teammate standing in front of Weaver who could not really redirect it or get a rebound because Weaver was able to corral it up high.
Face off near circle, Mount Lebanon zone. And Mount Lebanon comes up with the face-off win. Pollitt gives it to George on the far boards. George skates ahead, one-on-one with Orovitz. George slows things up. George gives it to Sandora. Sandora skates around in a circle.
There you go, good
Moves
fake.
it to the top near circle. Charges in. Thrown across. Shot off the side of the cage by George. Rotello throws it to Orovitz. He pokes it ahead. Gets past Pullett momentarily, but does a great job defensively, does Pullett, to send it back behind his own net. 40 seconds left in overtime, 4-4. Thrown ahead to George.
2-on-1.
George can't settle it. Orovitz sends it out into the neutral ice. Pullett pokes it off. Rip sends it in offsides. For Canon-McMillan was Rotello.
27.
And the clock stops with 27.1 seconds left in overtime. The score 4-4.
Now, Lebanon had a chance. They just weren't able to pass it up along the bench areas cleanly to get a good entry, and Canon-McMillan turned them aside.
Husak wins the center ice faceoff for Mount Lebanon. 20 seconds left in overtime. Vines brings it into the Canon-Mac zone, drops it for Erdley, heads to the high slot, past the Vines, shot, glove saved by Pedro, and the clock stops with 12.7 seconds left in the overtime period.
I like the idea. Slide the pass back to the guy coming off the boards. Read well by Pedro. He scooped it.
Husak to take the face-off. George comes on. Orovitz comes on for Canon-McMillan. 12-7 left in the overtime period. Face-off won by Lebo. Settles it, does.
Oh, breakaway.
So, but Hess with the poke check. Breakaway. Hess moves. Shot. Score! Hess to the 5-hole with 3.6 seconds left in overtime. Wins it for the Big Macs. 5-4. Hess with the poke. Hess with the back to 4. Between the wickets of Weaver. And we got ourselves an overtime winner.
Well, he made it. I thought earlier in the game he wasn't playing that well, but he gets to be the hero tonight with a nice play late in 3-on-3 overtime. He pokes it past the defender at the offensive blue line, and he has a 2-zone breakaway from his own blue line in there. He did a nice job as a right shot, opening it up the 5-hole. Weaver sliding it along the ice. Game-winning goal to number 44 of Canon-McMillan, Ian Hess.
Ian Hess's first point of the season comes in his just his 6th game of the year, and it's a overtime winner with 3.6 seconds left. And Canon-McMillan defeats Mount Lebanon 5-4. We'll send it to break. When we come back, final scoring summary and final stats and final thoughts.
And some 3 stars.
And
we got work to
3 stars. We'll send it to break. You are listening and watching 2017 PIHL Hockey here on the Triblive High School Sports Network.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDrivesYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the Triblive High School Sports Network.
Triblive has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment, lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. Triblive.com. Triblive.com. News and more 24/7.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
For the most complete recap of Friday night's high school football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the WPIHL Scoreboard Show, only here on the Triblive High School Sports Network. Hi, this is Don Rebel. Join me in a cast of thousands for all the scores with recaps from the top games, plus we highlight the night on the Triblive Roundtable. That's the WPIHL Scoreboard Show after the game on Friday nights on the Triblive High School Sports Network and at tribhssn.triblive.com.
Welcome back to Princescape Arena, formerly known as Ice-O-Plex, here at the Southpointe facility. And Sean, we got another game to do, so we got to wrap up here quickly. While we were playing some spots, you were working on the 3 stars. Are you going to read them off, or are you going to hand them over? How are we proceeding here? But this is the Triblive 3 stars of the game.
I will hand them off to you in just 1 second, and then after I hand them off to you, you can do the honors of
as you can
reading
get
this
prepared
one
for
the scoring summary.
Part
and the
2.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go 3rd star of the game with the overtime game winner, Ian Hess. 2nd star going of Canon-McMillan. 2nd star of the game, Anthony Sandora from Mount Lebanon, 2 goals. And we're going to go number 1 star of the game, John McDonald for Canon-McMillan, a goal and an assist. Interesting about him, Sean, is I didn't like his game much early on. He was playing forward. I thought he was overly aggressive. He got that 1 penalty. And they put him back to D, and I think he flourished. I think he really flourished there because he's listed as a forward on the roster. And I just thought he played extremely well when he moved back there. So call me crazy, but I thought he used his reach. He did a nice job. Whoever he was playing instead of back there on the blue line. So I thought he transformed his game, and he gets the 1st star of the game. The Triblive 3 stars of the game. Quick scoring recap.
Yep. First period, Mount Lebanon open, 6:25 in with a Griffin Eardley goal assisted by Wyatt George, and Canon-McMillan capitalized just under 3 minutes later with a Joshua Rip goal assisted by Christopher Rhodes to make it 1-1. Anthony Sandora got his first of the night, assisted by Timothy Adler and Lou Cusack at 16:55 of the first period to make it 2-1 Mount Lebanon after 1. In the second period, Quentin O'Shell, assisted by Brett Morgan, made it 2-2, 2 minutes and 55 seconds into the second period. Mount Lebanon would regain the edge at 3-2 when Wyatt George found Griffin Eardley found Wyatt George just a minute and 7 seconds later to make it 3-2 Mount Lebanon. Canon-McMillan would score the next 2 goals of the period, making it 4-3 after 2 when Christian Stewart found John McDonald, and then John McDonald found Joshua Rip found John McDonald. In the third period, Mount Lebanon got the lone goal on the power play at 11:58 when Sandora scored, assisted by Branwyn Pollitt and Griffin Eardley. And the overtime winner with 3.6 seconds left is Ian Hess for Canon-McMillan. The final score, Canon-McMillan 5 and Mount Lebanon 4 shots tonight. Bradley Weaver stops 31 shots, faced 36 for Mount Lebanon. And in goal for Nico Pedro for Canon-McMillan, stops 47 shots, faced 51 on the evening. Canon-McMillan upends Mount Lebanon 5-4.
And they move to 4-4 on the season. 8 points.
Mount Lebanon drops to 2-6, I do believe, on the season.
Mount Lebanon drops to 2-6, but they'll get the overtime loss point.
Yep.
Another thing I hate about looking at the standings.
2-6-1.
So they'll be 2-5-1 with 5 points.
Canon-McMillan is back in action next week on the 28th against Peters Township. Mount Lebanon back in action on November 30th against Cathedral Plep. One last time, the final score here from Princescape Arena in Southpointe, Cannonsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's Canon-Mac 5, Mount Lebanon 4. You have been listening and watching exclusive coverage of the 2017 PIHL hockey season here on the Triblive High School Sports Network.
You have been listening and watching PIHL High School Hockey on the Triblive High School Sports Network, sponsored in part by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Carlow University, by Dollar Bank, by AstroTurf, by Chick-fil-A Robinson, by WQED, and by Trib Total Media. You can follow the PIHL High School Hockey season by logging on every day to www.tribhssn.triblive.com. The preceding has been a special presentation of the PIHL and Triblive High School Sports Network.